Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading all about you. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is a little bonus reading all about you. I'm going to get your overarching energy first, and then with the second deck, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail to see what's going on there for you. But already in the water, because I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading, they're showing me an image of a dog lying in front of a burning fire, okay? Now, like, you know, the sort of fire you would have in your home. So if I'm really decoding that energy, I mean, some of you may literally be looking at that image as you are listening to this reading. Some of you may have just adopted a pet, or you're craving, you know, to adopt a pet or have a companion in your world, because dogs, in the Lenormand deck especially, dogs represent loyalty, a companion, a soulmate. So it can mean that you're still, you know, keeping that passion alive and hoping to connect to love. But this reading's not really meant to be about love, so I'm tapping into a craving and a desire for stability and comfort in your life that perhaps is not currently present. I'm also picking up on an energy of home is where the heart is. And you trying to find your place in the world where you feel like you belong right now. Now, this could be in the creative arena. It could also be the career sector, or even maybe even your neighborhood. Even in your family, it's like, where do you fit in? So I feel right now you're thinking about your individuality and wanting to plant some sort of roots, you know, settle down in some area. But I am picking up one more energy, which is, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this, it's like you may be feeling that you're passionate about something, you are, you know, really excited to get something off the ground, but you may have felt that you got stuck in a bit of a repetitive cycle, and there's a bit of complacency there, okay? It's like, how can I put this? It's like, sometimes when we're comfortable, it means we kind of stay where we're at. We don't reach for anything different. We don't reach for change. So I feel to some degree, some of you are looking at where you have become tired in your life in some way. There's a lethargy, or I feel like you're still passionate about something, but I also feel you're looking at the exchange in your life and wondering if you're comfortable in a situation. And if you're not, I feel like you're definitely changing things for the better. And if you are, then, you know, I feel I just get a sense of you reaching for a life of luxury, and I feel like you're going after it, you're going to get it. So I don't know what that energy is, what that picture was, but that's what they're showing me, okay? Oh, look at the first card. The first card is animals, companionship. Excuse me. So this is the protagonist energy. This is your energy right now. You're looking for your soul tribe. Okay, people that you can vibe with, that you feel comfortable with. Maybe that's the energy I was picking up there. Now, there's a number of animals here, and I feel this is really also about your instincts. You have natural abilities. You're very intuitive. You have hunches, and I feel like you're trying to get back to that sense of connecting to your inner guide, your inner compass. And some of you may have also been searching for direction. But I feel there's an affinity with animals here. Some of you may literally be wanting to work with animals. Animals tend to like you really a lot. You may even find that waifs and strays kind of follow you or come up to you for petting. But what I feel here with this companionship card, it's number 21. Now, number 21 is about the world. Okay, number 21 is the world card in the major arcanas. So I feel it's like there's a big old wide world out there right now. And some of you may have been feeling very isolated, or you may have felt, a little bit disconnected. And Gemini, you are very gregarious energy. You are very personable. You get on with a lot of people, even though sometimes you may crave your own time to be by yourself. You don't always want to be connected to people, but I get a sense right now of you wanting to connect to like-minded people, or find some sort of sense of community. I mean, on a romantic level, this reading's not really meant to be about romance, but on a romantic level, some of you either may have just met someone new and you're really reveling in that level of companionship and passion, and some of you may have felt that this person is for life. This person, I definitely see it's a long-term relationship with this person. It's a soulmate that you've connected to, and for some of you, you may be yearning to find a soulmate, and you will find that companion. I definitely see you're going to it's almost like change your circumstances by shaking up your current schedule to do bold, new, adventurous, exciting things, to put you in company where, it's such a cliche, but they're actually giving me the words animal magnetism. Okay, so I feel like you're going to attract someone who is incredibly passionate, someone who is instinctive. They actually get you on a deeper level. Okay, and as I said, this reading's not really meant to be about love, but it's coming up, so I'll give you the energy there. Now, the other energy I'm getting from this card is like some of you may have struggled with that sense of independence, being very nomadic in your life. Some of you may be thinking, should you take freelance job opportunities? Should you settle down, plant roots? So you may have struggled with that sense of independence versus domesticity. Now, you are a duality sign, so I feel you fluctuate. Like sometimes you want to engage in domestic endeavors. You want to be at home. You want to build your sanctuary. And then there's that other part of you that yearns for independence, for travel, to go off and see the world and be that wonderful conqueror of new things. I definitely say that you're going to find balance in that. And I feel the world has changed over the last couple of years. And I feel in some ways it has clipped your wings, or clipped that level of curiosity and independence. And I feel you yearn to be wild again. You've learnt in some way to not just stay in your lane. I get a feeling here that you've learned to accept things as they truly are at this moment in time. And I feel part of you, it's like this disconnectedness. You may have disconnected from your sense of self, or what you felt you used to be. And there's part of you that's almost been running on autopilot, making the safer decisions in life, where you're yearning for security. And whilst you are building a life of security, I also get a sense of a life of routine, of repetitive energy, being in a cycle of repeat, where things have got a little bit dull. And I get a sense of you really wanted to bring more spontaneous energy, more fun, more excitement in. And what I'm picking up from this card is there's like a nomadic energy to you, which is waking up right now, where you're wanting to embrace a little bit more freedom, where you're wanting to embrace nature. I actually feel there's like a calling within you that hasn't been answered yet. I feel like you have a bigger mission in life, but I also feel that you have like a natural ability or a natural talent that you've not tapped into fully, and you haven't really taken the time out to develop that and share that gift with your soul tribe or with the world at large. And I feel that you will be tapping into that gift. You're very talented. You're very gifted at what you do. Now, also, I'm getting one other energy from that card before I move on. Well, kind of like two, actually. One is that you are very busy at the moment. You are connecting to a lot of projects and tasks, and you're completing them. You're making a lot of effort in your life to make sure that everything's done, and you're working towards something, but I feel like you're working towards freedom. So some of you may be working in careers where you are trying to elevate so that you become a consultant, you work on your own time, maybe an entrepreneur. I get a sense of you wanting to free yourself up from the humdrum, and I feel it'll work for you. You're going to be almost like your own boss or in charge of your sector, so that it frees up your time to leave more time for adventure and for you. That's what's coming through really strongly. The other energy I've got coming through is that some of you, and this is not all of you, I've got a real small portion of you, maybe actually like either donating your time to house an animal, volunteer work. Some of you may, dog sit or cat sit or do something like that. That's coming up as well. So that's really random to come up, but that's just coming through as well. Now, also, I'm picking up an energy of the ear, the right ear. Some of you may have had something going on with that ear. There may have been some pain or discomfort, or I get a sense that some of you, I don't see anything really negative, but I see some of you concerned enough to want to go and check that out, especially if it's affecting your balance. But they're just showing me the ear, the right hand ear right now. And yeah, so I feel like you're going to go check that out. And, I don't see anything negative, as I said, but I feel some of you may be paying close attention to your right ear for some reason. Now I'm just going to move on from that energy because it's getting very precise, which means it starts to exclude other energies, and I don't like to do that. So this card is your resistance energy. And what that means is anything that's against you or anything that you feel stuck in. And we got the card of electricity and wildness. So I feel some of you, it's not that you're tame. I feel like you've got into a cycle of same old thing, just a different day, and you yearn to embrace that wild side. I also get a sense here that you are someone who is very quick-witted. You have lots of wonderful ideas, lots of brainstorming. You are, I get an energy that you are a force to be reckoned with. You cannot be contained in your energy, but you may have felt the last couple of years has in some way, and it keeps coming back to this energy, some way has clipped your wings or has stifled your process or your progress even. But that is all about to change for you. You will see major developments occur by the end of August. And I definitely see you elevating and being bold and doing things that perhaps you haven't done before. You're exploring new shores, or you're exploring like new experiences. And I also get a sense that some of you, you've been on a spiritual quest for personal development and personal growth, and I get a sense that some of you have been drifting away from certain friendships that perhaps have been toxic or have had a negative impact on your life in some way. Or they could be people that, if, for example, you've given up drinking and, you have a certain circle of friends who always go out drinking and they expect you to be the same old you going out drinking. I definitely see that some of them are embracing the path that you're on, but others not so much, because it actually highlights that perhaps they could be doing the same thing and they don't want to. I get a sense of you like shedding people over time as you start to mature. That's natural. Some of you may be thinking that you're feeling a little bit isolated right now, or that you are feeling a little bit lonely. But I feel it's a natural process because it really sorts the wheat from the chaff in your life. Those people are shedding away. They're becoming acquaintances rather than good friends. And it's all part of your spiritual development. They will be replaced with people who are more on the same wavelength as you. But I feel it's really important for you to get a little bit more out into community, to really connect to things that really excite you, challenge you in a really good way, things that are creative or have some sort of outlet for your pent-up energy, whether that's going to the gym or whether that's like sport or creating something. I get a sense that you have a lot of energy, even though you're tired. Sometimes you have like this big jolt of energy and you don't have like a healthy outlet for it. And I feel it's important for you to find that. Also with this card, I feel like you're breaking free from any self-imposed constraints, and there's something that you've been holding back on or you haven't really developed further that you're going to take immediate action on. I feel you're, over the last couple of months or even years is what I'm picking up, you may have lost that spark, or you may have felt that there's no magic in the world anymore. But I get a sense that over the next couple of months, you're going to rediscover that spark. You're going to also find a solution to a problem that you've been wrestling with for quite some time. You're going to confront that issue head on. It's almost like you're setting your soul on fire again. Like your lust for life is returning, because for some time it has been lost. But during that period of feeling a little bit in limbo or feeling lost, it is there that you are having the most deepest spiritual growth. And sometimes, people think of spiritual growth as this wonderful like epiphany moment where everybody goes, oh, and it's like, wow, I've had a revelation. But actually spiritual growth is very painful. It can be very difficult. It's wading and sorting through all the mud of your life, all the difficult times, sorting out emotions that have been difficult to wrestle with, processing experiences that were not fair. So sometimes personal development is a very difficult experience, and you may have been expecting this like aha epiphany moment, but I feel you've had a lot of challenges recently, and I definitely see these challenges have been from people, and I feel that you actually prefer the company of animals over people because of these experiences. I mean, don't get me wrong, you have a few handful of people that you really count on, your ride or die kind of people. I definitely get a sense that your faith in humanity will be restored again, okay? Because I feel recently, like either you've dealt with people who are very self-centered, or you feel people are very closed off. And that's not just in your immediate circumstances. I feel like you're looking at the world at large and how everyone has changed in some way, and that you prefer the company of animals. That's what I'm picking up on. Now also we have solidity, inner core, and this is your outcome energy, okay? So when you get this card, it's number 18, which is the moon energy. So some of you may have been feeling very uncertain, but I get an energy of you trying to remain consistent in all of your endeavors, and you actually haven't stopped making progress. I feel your mission really is to seek those who are reliable and solid, people you can really count on. And I get a sense that you've really wrestled for inner peace for quite some time, and you will find it. This is your outcome energy. I get a sense here that the greatest power for you is inside your mind, because you tend to overthink things a lot. And I mean, I'm not surprised to see that image as you see the two faces either side, because I feel like life pulls you in different directions all the time. But being a Gemini, I feel you have like a double energy of that, where you're pulled and pushed in many different directions, because you tend to see everything from all angles before you make a decision. Bit of an overthinker. Now, I also keep getting a sense of where do you belong in the world, and I've been picking up this energy for every sign. So there is a sense to belong to something or somebody. Now, this could be to belong to a community, or to belong to a sense of, spirituality or religion. Or some of you, it's to, belong in a relationship or belong in a neighborhood. I get a sense of wanting to, like, establish yourself in some way in your life. Could even be on, like, the working environment, the career sector. Or some of you may have, like, just retired and you're, like, trying to find your soul tribe, and you may be like thinking, well, maybe I should get a companion, go traveling with that person, or companion animal, soulmate animal, go with that. I get a sense here of you breaking free from restriction, or the everyday, or what the world expects you to do, or even what the people in your immediate circumstances expect you to do. They're showing me there are no constraints. Now we've also got bravery. It's really interesting that You've got 2 cards with the image of the world here. So again, another energy I'm picking up for pretty much everybody is the world at large and the world that we live in, and how crazy it has got, and how circumstances have really made you feel uncertain about the future, and almost have, and I want to use my words carefully here, it's like almost robbed you of the belief of the future, how positive it could be in the future. But I can see that actually there are some really positive things that will change in the future that will affect you on a really great level. It's not all doom and gloom is what they're giving me. They're also showing me the number 0 in the water. I'm scrying at the same time as doing a reading. And they're giving me a sense of you are limitless. Okay? And they're also giving me the word gravitas. Gravitas. To establish or to be grounded, maybe even seek a grounded perspective. You may feel that life has got very serious in the last couple of years because of what's gone on around the world on a global scale. And it's like, where's the fun? Where's the magic? Where's the excitement? And I really feel like you're trying to bring simplicity to your life and connect to the things that really mean something to you. But at the same time, you may have felt that you're searching for that meaning and that like magic of the everyday. And because of the world at large, you're kind of feeling a little bit low energy. That's what I keep picking up in this reading. So, I mean, I may not be picking up on everybody's energy there, but I can feel it heavy in the energy right now. And it's like some of you just want to take yourself off grid, live off the land or live with animals and just be wild and free and self-sustainable. And, you know, it would be much more peaceful. And I really get a sense that you're working towards that. And that you're being bold. It's almost like you're being bold in a new world. And I definitely see that you're exploring your options, okay? Now, coming away from that energy, I definitely see that you have a goal in sight. Whatever this goal is, this is not a time to be fearful. You will accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. This is a time for discovery. This is a time for exploration for you. Make the decisions, the instinctive ones. So, for example, if someone gives you a choice and your first instinct is to choose A rather than B, then your choice is A. Don't overthink it, okay? Of course, do your due diligence. Look before you leap, that sort of energy. But I really get a sense that right now you're being called to check in with your instinct and to follow your hunches is what I'm getting here. But I really feel that you're moving towards a life of fun, playfulness, and being more open to being nomadic. Some of you may be thinking about going overseas, or you're creating a brand new world for yourself by opening up yourself to new beginnings, new experiences. So, for example, some of you may have had a shock. You know, wildness, electricity. Electricity represents major shakeups, you know, a change in the energy. And some of you may have gone through a very difficult experience that has made you look at your world in a very different way. And now you are navigating uncharted territory or uncharted waters. And I feel like actually you're going to float. I feel like you're actually going to elevate and be successful despite the difficulties that you've experienced. And I definitely see peace of mind and being in charge of the changes. Okay, so I'm just going to get a few more cards. I'm not surprised to see this, the 9 of Wands. So some of you have been really struggling, feeling exhausted or on the precipice of a burnout. Some of you have been pushing really hard towards something. And I feel with the 9 of Wands, it can indicate a sense of uncertainty, that your inner wisdom is, you know, telling you to stop and listen to your circumstances in order to bring you guidance or illumination, to help guide you take the next step before you take it. And I really get a sense that your first instinct is the right one. Okay, so really listen to that intuition that you have. Sorry, I'm only picking the uprights in this deck just so you're aware. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know regarding their personal circumstances? Can you please guide them for their highest good? We got the Chariot card. Lots of change going on in your life, but I feel like you are the master or the mistress of that change, that you are creating your destiny. There may have been a lot of upheaval, or you may have just been looking at the world at large and searching for direction. But I see that whatever you're thinking about, you're attracting at this time. And I feel like you're elevating, you're moving forward. Things are going to pick up pace for you, and you're going to be very excited about the outcome, because it brings you a 10 of Cups, which is fulfillment, happiness, reward, abundance, serenity, peace, and good fortune. But most importantly, it brings you health, wealth. And, you know, that's all about the family space, because I feel there's a very heavy weight on your shoulders, like a responsibility. And they're giving me something here as well. Interesting, you got 2 pages. So that's a yearning for new experiences, to open yourself up, to venturing boldly forward, to investigate things that perhaps you've never done before, or that people in your family tree or lineage haven't done before. They're giving me something in the water right now. Okay. Wow, this is a lot. I just want to check in with that. One moment, please. They're giving me yesterday is heavy. Put it down. So if you've gone through a separation or divorce, or you're really angry with someone within the family unit because of something they did that surprised you. Of course, anger, you know, anger is a healthy emotion. We all have it for a reason. It's naturally within us, but it's important to release the pressure and not carry it with us, because that ends up hurting us. Okay, so I feel it's really important for you to recognize that. So that's really a profound sentence that they just gave me in the water. Yesterday is heavy, put it down. And they just showed me that someone's shoulders just dropped, like the sense of breathe. What is meant for you will never pass you by. Just breathe, okay? But they're also giving me an energy of temporary people leave permanent lessons. And I feel some of you have been dealing with some of those permanent lessons, but they make you stronger. And without change, there is no growth, okay? They're giving me also that problems train us to be stronger. And difficult paths tend to mean that you have a higher calling. But little by little, you're traveling far and you're getting to where you want to go. And they're also giving me a certain message that maybe someone needs to hear. There's someone who is searching for you in everyone they meet. There is someone who is searching for you in everyone they meet. Now, this could be that someone is searching for a really good friend or someone to connect on a soul level. Could also be that someone is searching for a love relationship, and they're searching for a person just like you, okay? So I really get a sense that you're being guided to who and what you need in life, and that yes, things have been difficult, and there have been disappointments, but I feel you're going to overcome like a stumbling block. And I definitely see that things that you've been building are starting to come together. Delicate situations are becoming stronger. And I feel there's some really awesome news coming for you as well with that 8 of Wands, where things pick up pace and gather momentum. And I just see you like reaching some sort of major climax in your life that you're going to be so excited about. But the 9 of Wands is your protagonist energy. Things have felt really heavy and difficult. And some of you may have been struggling with that 9 of Wands. This is a card of, you know, on the precipice of exhaustion. And some of you may have had a real desire to take a vacation or connect to nature. And I feel the pressure has been on in some way. And I feel they're trying to give you a message that animals can help you release that pressure. So for some of you, if you're managing stress levels and you're not allergic, you may be adopting a companion who will lower your stress levels. They instinctively know just to be by your side. I think there's even been like a scientific study, like patting a dog or a cat actually lowers your stress levels. I'll have to check that out, but that's what's coming through. So some of you may be looking at that right now. But the 9 of Wands, the pressure has been on. Things have been difficult. And I feel some of you have been looking at your stress levels and trying to change things up a little bit. You've been doing a lot of heavy lifting in your life. Now, also, when you get this card, this is an indication that you've been doing something that perhaps has not been going your way or has been difficult to accomplish, and you're not giving up. But I do feel that there is a questioning arising within you, like, is there an easier way? And I feel you're looking carefully right now to see if you can approach it from a different path. And I see some of you asking, are you on the right path? I definitely see that you are actually yearning for new experiences. If things are not making you happy, it tends to mean that the universe is giving you a nudge to make some changes in your life, even the smallest of changes, whether it is to rearrange your schedule to make more time for you, or whether it is to change your job, or, connect more to nature or to your community, or even bring in a new hobby. Something needs to change is what I see here in your reading. And I feel like you're in control of those changes. The Chariot card indicates that you will be triumphant in whatever it is you're committing to at this time. Be bold. This is the second card that you've got telling you to come out of your comfort zone and embrace change. And I definitely see that you are the explorer of new things right now. The Chariot card indicates things could go in different directions for you, and it's really about harnessing your energy and choosing a path that is right for you. They want you to instinctively do it. The first instinct is the right one. Also with the Chariot card, I get a sense of victory over difficult times. That you're harnessing that energy and you're controlling a situation. Also financially, because you got the Three of Pentacles here, when you get the Chariot card, it can indicate that some of you are keeping a tight rein on your budget because things have been changing. And I feel like you will be able to save a little bit more than usual. Not much more than usual, I see, but the Three of Pentacles indicates that you are building a very solid foundation. And I feel that it's like you're the architect of your dreams and things are becoming tangible. Things are starting to take shape before you. But I feel you need to take some sort of action right now because things may have got a little bit complacent or things got stuck in a rut. And you're being called to change or take some sort of initiative to move forward. Some of you may literally be moving or wanting to move. But the Chariot card indicates that some of you are only just discovering how powerful you are and that you have an incredible magnetism. You can attract things at will, but you haven't been checking in with that energy or you haven't been tapping into it as much as you could be. So I feel it's really about strengthening your position in your life and recognizing that you are a force to be reckoned with. It's taken you a long time in life to build your confidence. And I feel as you start to grow in your power, things become infinitely better for you. We have the Ten of Cups here. It's in the resistance position. So some of you may have had some family difficulties recently, or you've had a lot of family responsibilities and you couldn't focus on the things that you truly want to focus on. There will be a time and a place where you can focus on what you desire, okay? I feel like you're going to be moving out of that energy soon. If there's been someone who's been causing problems in the family that you're worried about, I definitely see that you're keeping an eye on it, and I feel you may give some really good advice that helps this person out. This person really values your input, even if they don't tell you. Later on in life, they will let you know how much they appreciated you when they needed you. Some of you, I'm really picking up an energy of loneliness. You may have felt that, it was easier when you were younger to connect to things that you really loved and that you were embraced a lot more. And you're finding it really hard to connect to your soul tribe or to express yourself. But I feel there is a turning point for you. You can have all that you desire, but you must be bold enough to say what you want, say who you are, and express yourself in your own unique way. Things are going to work out a little bit more effortlessly for you. I know it has been challenging, but I feel it has been challenging because things have got complacent or things have become repetitive. And the universe wants you to have a little bit more variety in life, to embrace, new experiences. And sometimes that's when the universe will shake things up for you. We normally get a tower in a reading when it's like things have become so stagnant or things have become stuck and not fulfilling. So I feel like you're on the precipice of like a tower moment where suddenly there is liberation. Suddenly you're taking a leap of faith, and everything is going to be brighter then. Whenever we have the Tower in the major arcanas, the next card is the Star, which is like full epiphanies, lots of ideas, new wisdom, opening yourself up to a new phase of life. Hope returns, and any confusion or despair is leaving you. And I definitely see that that's something that will be happening to you. Things are going to get infinitely better. Also, I get a sense a lot of you have struggled with what you look like, okay? Because we do have the Queen of Wands here, and it's in the resistance position, so it's like I got it in the reverse. Male or female, not a gender-specific reading, it's all about the energy. There may have been moments along your path where you have doubted your attractiveness. And I feel like you're learning to love yourself on a deeper level, to accept yourself the way you are. You are lovable, both inside and out. You're a really good person. You're very passionate, intense. You got wonderful ideas. You're really funny, and you're loyal. You're a really nice person. And also there's this wildness within you that you may have felt over the years life has tried to temper, or life has tried to fit you into a little box of who you are, like what you want to do. It's tried to define you, but I feel like you are an energy that is not definable, and I feel like you're rediscovering that about yourself as you go through the coming months. But it's been hard won. I feel like you've had battles with confidence for quite some time, but now you're stepping into your power, and I feel like you're in control of your direction. So if you have been feeling a little bit lost, or you have been finding things difficult and feeling a little bit in limbo, I feel like you are moving forward, and suddenly you know the direction. Suddenly you're in charge of the direction, and you are moving towards success or the goal, whatever it is you desire. Also, the Queen of Wands, you may have felt that luck has not been on your side, because we got the lucky cat there. Again, there's a cat in your energy, which indicates an affinity to animals. I do feel your luck is changing. And the Queen of Wands tends to be about soul connections, people who are as passionate as you are, strong friendships, and you may have felt that perhaps you've been lacking those, or you may have felt that people have outgrown each other, or they have other things going on. They may have children, they may have personal things going on, and it feels like there's a separateness that used not to be there. But I do feel like you're going to reconnect with these people, and even find new people that are your soul tribe. Also, some of you have not been as creative as you used to be, and now you're going to be very inspired to express yourself and get all caught up in your passions again, and really excited and enthusiastic about what you're creating. Your motivation is returning. Your vitality, your energy is returning. Some of you may have felt that you've had low energy, and you're looking at things and people and substances that drain your energy. So for example, you may be looking at food substances, things that make you feel bloated. You may look at things that drain your energy or give you a migraine or don't allow you to work on optimum energy. You may also be looking at like family members who always tend to be a little bit negative about your plans. I don't see that you're cutting those people out, but you may be taking a step back from those situations. I also see that in career, everything you've worked really hard for will be successful, but you have had to work. You've come to this lifetime to work. And I get a sense that, it's like I heard a collective groan right now, like, oh gosh, really? But what I get here is that things are changing, where things are picking up pace for you now. Luck is on your side. You're entering into a new stage of your development where things go right. Things work out for you. You're going from strength to strength. And I feel some of you, there's been something that has not been working in your world, and it's been hurting you. And you're cutting that out, and you're actually looking at new approaches to life that are going to be more successful than your wildest dreams. Now, with the Eight of Wands, I also see that some of you are thinking about taking some travel in order to recharge your batteries, or you may be looking at other places in the world where you feel a yearning or an affinity with those places, and you may be actually just taking some time out in those places to see if you could live there long term. So for example, I don't know, they're giving me Mexico right now. Some of you may be like gravitating towards Mexico and wondering, is that a place that I could live long term? Some of you may be gravitating towards like another country, like Zimbabwe, and saying, hey, does my heart belong here? I really get a sense of you going places that you haven't been before, or that maybe you've been once and you thought, you know what, this feels like home. Also with the Eight of Wands, I get a sense here of some really good movement happening in your world, some good news rushing in for you, and you being in the flow, having a little bit more balance in your life. You're transforming things and you're going from strength to strength. But this is a card of new territories that you're eager to experience and see what, you know, other lands or other opportunities or even other areas of life, what they have to offer for you. And I feel like you haven't fully arrived at your destination just yet. You've only just begun your adventure of discovery, and it's starting to energize you. So even if you're deciding to stay where you are right now, you're like opening yourself up to new experiences in those areas, new people, new ideas, something you're curious about. I feel like you're no longer just allowing yourself to be curious about it. I get a sense that you're actually connecting to it and making it happen. We have the Three of Pentacles, so that's about people coming together, being a little bit more collaborative in your energies, whether it's you connecting to community, whether you're working on a project with people. You're very talented and very gifted, and you actually are like an asset to any team or any friendship because you're invested right from the very beginning. But something that you're planning, that you on your own have been planning or engineering, is starting to come together. And I feel people will be talking about you behind your back in a really positive way. Like, wow, look at Gemini. They're really going from strength to strength. They're really admiring your path. They may not say it to your face, but I definitely see people giving you the side eye, watching your life and watching you glow up. Because that's what I see here with that Queen of Wands. By the end of August, the reverse, because it is a resistance position, goes to the upright. So I definitely see a sense here of you attracting more good things into your life and living a life of passion, spontaneity. And if you are looking for love, you are magnetic. You are turning heads. You're literally getting a lot of attention. You may not see it, but I feel now, as you embrace that wonderful, wild, unique self, you're going to start to see people checking you out, okay? More than one is what they're giving me. And you'll meet someone new in a group of people, whether it's an invitation to something, or it could be a birthday, a wedding. You have to travel to this event. Whatever this is, you have to travel to this event and you'll meet someone there. But the Three of Pentacles tends to mean that everything is starting to slot into place. It's all coming together and that things are taking shape before you. And you should have pride and joy in everything that you're doing. Be proud of yourself because you've come a long way is what they're showing me. And you tend not to give yourself the credit for everything that you've accomplished so far. You tend to be the sort of person who, when you reach a goal, you're on to the next and on to the next. You're always a visionary, looking to the future. But sometimes you have to take stock of everything that's gone before you and recognize that you are a force to be reckoned with. You are a pillar of strength. And actually, you've been doing a lot of wonderful things. We've gone through a very challenging time, and I feel like you've been navigating these changes and trying to find your way in the world, but also rediscover parts of yourself that you feel like you've lost along the way. I feel like you're reconnecting to the things that you really enjoyed doing as well. I also get a sense that you've had a lot of responsibility on your shoulders in the family, and people appreciate you for that. I feel like things are going to get more calm within the family unit, okay? I definitely get a sense that, you know, there's contentment there, more support, more love. But with the Page of Swords in your outcome position, you've got a new idea that you really want to run with, and I feel it's going to be very lucrative. You've got an incredible mind, okay? But there's something that's caught your attention, something that you may even think about going back to college to learn, or even you may take a class online to get a certificate. I get a sense that this will help you to move forward. Some of you may even take up an apprenticeship, but I get a sense of you eager to learn from your past. That's what they give me. You're eager to learn from your past so that your future does not suffer in the same way or is not as challenging. So as you can see, that Page of Swords is looking back, and next to the Page of Wands looking forward, I really get a sense that you're leaving the past behind and that you're freeing yourself up from baggage, freeing yourself up from anger, because it's an emotion that actually drains you. It doesn't actually aid you in any way. Of course, it releases pressure, but I feel like you're going to places that you don't need that anger anymore, and it's important to leave that in the past if you've found yourself angry at anybody or any circumstance. The Page of Wands, I really get a sense of you finding your purpose, being in the flow, connecting to your true north, and being on the right path. You have a higher mission, and you have a calling, and I feel like you're answering that calling, whatever that is. Pages tend to bring news, so I feel something you've been thinking about is being delivered to you, which allows you to take action in your life. And I feel this is the start of everything. It's the spark. Also with the Page of Wands, this is about your vitality, your energy returning, and your commitment to something, to make things happen. Page of Wands can also be about, someone new catching your attention, a spark between you and another person that will be explored. This person is very curious about you, and they will ask a lot of questions about you behind the scenes, but they want to take things to the next level. And if you're in a high-level commitment with someone already, I definitely see that you and your person will deepen your connection by taking a vacation and spending more time together, because I feel life has been very busy, and it's almost like you've been ships passing in the night, perhaps, because I feel like you've had a lot on. Now, I'm actually just going to go one more before I close this reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, and Angels. Can you please guide? Page of Cups. You're getting all pages, so this is like a new start, a new beginning. Page of Cups basically indicates that you are enthusiastic about life, that you have a purpose. Some of you, it is to develop your spiritual gifts, but I get a sense if you're looking for love, it's definitely on the horizon for you. Pages are messengers connected to the heart space. So I feel it's really important that something you're thinking about, you're taking action on, you will follow your bliss and you'll be truly happy. Also with the Page of Cups, I really get a sense of it could even be three people coming together, because we got the Three of Pentacles there and we got 3 pages. So it could be that some of you are thinking about setting up like a community, or some of you are setting up like a business, or there's 3 integral people in your group that you can rely on that will help you elevate in some way. But ultimately, I get a sense of you finding your soul tribe. And there's some really great news headed in your direction about something that you've been desiring to get started for a long time, or launch. Okay, we got number 19. These are your final cards. 24, 3, and they want one more. Okay, so we have I am charismatic. I am charismatic. Now, the word charismatic actually came up in a reading a couple of days ago for another sign. I'm not sure which sign it was for. It was either for Scorpio, maybe even Leo, I'm not sure. But they were giving me that word is from the Greek to be a gift of light, or a gift. Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but it's to be a gift. And I definitely see that you're recognizing that you are a gift in your life to other people and to circumstances you connect to. And it's taken you a long time to recognize what you have to offer, what you bring to the table of life and love. But now that you're reestablishing your power, I get a sense that you're going places, you're going from strength to strength. So it says here, I am charismatic. Number 3, expression comes naturally to you. You are very skilled at communication. Through your thoughts and conversation and creative pursuits, you are able to get others on board with your ideas. So some of you may literally be collaborating on something that is going to be very lucrative, or you will find your soul tribe coming together to help you in areas where you feel you need their expertise. We've also got I am a pioneer. That's definitely the energy that I was picking up on, this nomadic energy. And it says, independence and self-sufficiency are necessities to you. You are extremely capable in life and in work and are not afraid to take the big risks to achieve the life that you desire. So I definitely see that, you know, you're creating that rich life, that abundant life, because I feel like you're going to be back in the flow. It says, I am generous. You have a heart of gold and you are skilled at maintaining balance and stable relationships. You are loyal to your loved ones and you're able to be the nurturer, the protector, and the provider all at one. I mean, if I look at those 3 pages, the nurturer, the protector, and the provider, I get a sense here that you are encompassing aspects of yourself that is going to attract major reward into your life. It's like a boomerang. Some good karma is coming back to you. And we have, I am intelligent. You have a great ability to take in and process information on both conscious and subconscious levels. Your curiosity is endless, and your desire to dive deep into the varieties of subjects will bring you an immense awareness of the world. So again, I was picking up that energy about the world, being instinctive, that, you know, you have an incredible mind, and that you're picking up information on so many different levels that will help you long term. Really tap into that intuition or that instinctive, you know, even like animal instinct energy that you have deep within you. I feel like you're being called to do that now. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but this reading was very staccato in the energy. It was like, I don't normally, I'm disconnecting from the energy right now, but I feel in your reading it was kind of like really, I was talking like that, and it was kind of like this. I don't normally talk like that, and I just feel that perhaps that's how you've been feeling in your life, that things have been stop and start. You've been pushed and pulled in many different directions. Things have been difficult for you. I feel things are going to get infinitely better, okay, just so you're aware. Now, I've mixed the rune and the trinkets together just to get you a deeper sense of what's going on. And your first one there, of course, is an incredible rune, and it is the mountain rune, okay? It's really interesting because they gave me 0 earlier for you, and that was about no limits. And this is a rune of, you know, no limits. That you've had a lot of upheavals. There's been a lot of disruptive energy, but I feel like you are regaining your power, and you're going to overcome any negative experiences or sadnesses or any delays that you've had, because I feel like you have had a lot of delays. And also we have, look at that, we got the arrow, which means you're a warrior, you're powering through. You've made a lot of sacrifices to be where you are, and you have the courage to go further and accomplish whatever it is you desire. Also, this indicates you're right on target. Whatever it is you're thinking about, justice shall be yours. And I feel thoughts are becoming things. You're elevating. Also, we've got the heart, and we got the butterfly. I feel like you're attracting something that your heart desires right now that will transform you. And I feel like, you know, sometimes we need to be in a period of stagnancy, of pause, in order to really listen to our hearts, just to make sure that we connect to what our heart desires for the next steps. If you're looking for love, I definitely see love is coming for you, that it will transform your life. And I feel something that you've desired with your heart for some time is actually coming on in and will elevate you, and it'll make you feel really fulfilled, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini. Love and light.